Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me for a keynote speech tonight, Uncle Jide Kosoko. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes, it is my pleasure once again to welcome you all. It is indeed my pleasure to be here at this occasion to contribute to the topic, public morality and the artistic freedom. A topic that is more relevant today than years before. Not just because I have the honor to be standing before you, but because our industry, the Nigerian movie industry, has lately become the whipping boy for anything negative, however unjustified. The censorship causes we go through in the hands of government, for many is not enough, as Nigerians have taken it upon themselves to censor our personal lives, to the extent that as a practitioner, you can hardly do anything right in the estimation of the critical mass of our people. Especially the many irritants on social media who think their standard, most times, should be the basis of our living and practice. However, as artists, we have a God-given responsibility to mirror the society, educate, entertain, enlighten as creators of wisdom. This responsibility, however, comes with big burden, calling for appropriate balancing in using our artistic freedom in such a way that does not hurt public morality. What is artistic freedom? According to Wikipedia, artistic freedom can be defined as the freedom to imagine, create, and distribute diverse cultural expression, free of governmental censorship, political interference, or the pressures of non-state actors. Generally, artistic freedom describes the extent of independence artists obtain to create art freely. From the above, we can say that artistic freedom is the right of the artist to express himself creatively without let or hinder. A situation in which the imagination is allowed to freely function without any fear of obstructive interventions that end up killing creativity. On the other hand, public morality refers to moral and ethical standards enforced in a society by law or police work or social pressure and applied to public life, to the contents of the media, and to conduct in public places. In other words, moral and ethical standard as it relates to the entire human community in a given place or geopolitical location, usually enforced directly or indirectly, remains a vital part of efforts at maintaining orderly conduct and smooth running of every society. As it stands, art, especially movie and music, have the greatest influence of public morality, and this has been so from time immemorial, putting artists in situations more precarious than other professions and human endeavors. For this reason, the tendency is high for the artist to become the subject of harsh judgment by the society and irresponsible censorship tactics by government and its agencies. To be more Nigeria specific, the movie industry has come under immense attack over gross misrepresentations, misconceptions, and a lack of proper understanding of the role of the industry, the industry plays in nation building, molding of public opinion and public morality. As a practitioner, I have in my personal capacity as a producer been at the receiving end of such in 1996 when I produced Amino Ele. I became a subject of vicious attack from a section of the Nigerian society based on religion, and was at the end of the day forced to change the name, that is the title of the movie. Please know that I did not change any content of the movie, but just the name, and whatever opposition to my movie went away. That is to tell you the level of ignorance involved in judging our industry by the Nigerian society and industry-related government agencies. Most of the harsh judgments against the industry are most times products of ignorance and prejudice-based biases. In the light of recent censorship activities in the country that have put artistic freedom on the line for anger, allegations from the high and the mighty about the negative roles of our movies, I do like summarize the following. Nigerian filmmakers do not produce films in isolation, but rather our productions are a mirror of the realities and happenings in the society. Nigerian filmmakers do not celebrate crime, as has been alluded to in recent times. It is on record that every film made about crime always ends with the criminal or criminals meeting their Waterloo, suggesting that crime does not pay, and of course, discourage. Our role as artists is to mirror the society, dramatize happenings, to educate the viewing public about such and provide solutions in an entertaining manner. It is the filmmakers for encouraging immorality and crime, especially kidnapping and armed robbery. When such characters are made in same films to pay for their crimes, it is also a gross lazy excuse for any criminal to say he or she learned the art of crime from our movies, because what we display are not compared to how crimes are committed in planning, scale, and execution. In fact, many do accuse us of amateurish display in such situations. There is a need for government at all levels to learn more about censorship. What we have currently is classification and not censorship per se. In the first place, censorship goes against the spirit and letter of artistic freedom and must not be encouraged. We need is active and proper classification. What we need is active and proper classification and public education to allow viewers know what films are suitable for them to watch. The Nigerian movie industry has proven to be a good addition to the Nigerian economy, providing jobs, taking young stars who would have been drawn to a life of crime off the street and making them productive, responsible members of the society. Such a thriving industry must not be hanged on altar of misconception. When we make our films, our target is to make every viewer gain something. If you are a thief and you see the nemesis that happens to a thief, you should change your ways. And if we educate you on new tactics they are using to steal, that is putting you on guard so you don't become a victim. As for us, it is just necessary to dramatize whatever we want to correct. It must also be noted that so many things happening in our movies are due to the influence of foreign productions. Majority of Nigerians are exposed to these productions, and somehow they have become the standard of what they expect. For a filmmaker to remain in business, he has no option than to infuse some of these things most people now consider as against public morality. We are, contrary to popular belief, advocates and promoters of public morality in many ways than those who mouth such can ever achieve. This, however, does not take away our responsibility to be on our guard, always to ensure a workable balance between creativity and protection of public morality, and ensure we do not slip down the road. This is where training and retraining for producers and scriptwriters counts. Industry leaders and government must collaborate on this to ensure we maintain the necessary balance at all times. Having said all this, I wish to advise our writers and producers too to play down on violence. Let's chart new ways for better governance, promote more of our heart and culture, and ultimately discourage public display of money. Thank you very much for listening.